Run, young.
That boy Peace, so you crazy.
No. I was down, now I'm really about to go get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with the vision. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh, bet that we get up. Pushing this weight, I'm doing sit-ups. I was just dirty, now I got my fit up. Too good for these bitches, I bet they gon' miss us. And I pack a bag if you think that I'm trippin'. I keep this shit brisk like I'm sip lip down. Even though niggas don't know what to get on. You ain't shit till your niggas go and get on. Get you some pack, go make a flip homes. Yeah, I'm stuck in my bad ways. Niggas always being burnt out, so I dip them all in the ashtray. I don't understand these niggas that just always talking about, yeah, they past ways. I don't understand these bitches always comparing me to they past days. I give a fuck about you, you give a fuck about me. I just be rapping for money, you be rapping for free. Feel like that I rap like a god, the reason they call me a G. I'm against all of these odds. Niggas ain't fucking with me. Never no worries, Hakuna Matata. They say that I'm hot cause the devil with Prada. I'm Soulja Boy first and these niggas gon' follow. Catching no feelings, you catching these hollows. Ride with Rodriguez like I fuck with Rollo. Ain't got no time when I see this Movado. Bet that bitch shine like I'm in Monte Carlo. Looking at me like I done hit the lotto. Counting your last days, get hit up. Talking that trash, hey, on Twitter. Your bitch, she be bad, yeah, I'm with her. When she see me, her face be lit up. Boy, better go ahead and mind your business. I don't go back and forth like tenor. Run this game, I don't get no finna. But we bout to get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with the vision. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh.
For real, we taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with you.
Naughty by nature, turning coal into diamonds, turning scenes into sirens. Ugly bitches get the Heisman. Only real niggas riding, making waves like Poseidon. Trail blazing, blum blazing, no debating, not time. Got the game on the line, I'm killing the ops and your bitch fine. Putting too much work to fall back. Team on my back, I can never look back. No, all the niggas spit is crack. Snow, when I drop, it's a snow globe. I'm on my game for real. Came from the bottom, seen niggas change for real. I've been starving for a meal. Rugrat, baby, like Phil and Lil. Now I get banked like Uncle Phil. Neck on froze, man, I can't chill. Niggas be capping and acting, man. Fuck it, I might make a scene for real. Got my family at the trenches, doubting me, but they gon' come to their senses. Fought for all of these inches. Now they trying to mend fences, but I'm all about business.
I'm on my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like dang for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch tame for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with my daughter been locked in the kennel. Hungry as fuck, now I need my percentage. She counted me out, can't stand it, I'm winning. To go to my city, little pussy admitted. We talk about money, I get it. Versace and Louis on me, this shit fit. I feel like Rick James, but show me your titties. Y'all gon' know my name, y'all know how I finish. I poppin' my shit, what you mean? These people be fame, risking it off of the cream. Swear the rest shit is a dream. How I get up on stage in the tank, I'm doing my thing. Feeling like Brady, I'm building my tank. Back on my bullshit, it's fuck what you think. I'ma do me, her just stay in your lane. When we dropping bodies, I put that on game. I'm on my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like dang for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch tame for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like dang for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch tame for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with these women.
Palace, what you cooking?
I just wanna ball where it's sunny at, ooh. I just wanna make it, get some money, yeah, ooh. I can turn nothing into some, yeah, ooh. And they know a nigga came from nothing, yeah, ooh. I just wanna ball where it's sunny at, ooh. I just wanna make it, get some money, yeah, ooh. I can turn nothing into some, yeah, ooh. And they know a nigga came from nothing, yeah, ooh. And they know a nigga came from shit. Remember I was down bad on my dick, high school in the hall, selling dimes out of zip. Graduated from the books to that iron in my dip. That's what it was, not what it is, no more. No matter where I go, I'm forever throwing foes. No matter where I am, it's forever ace shit. It can be whatever beat, I'ma go ape shit. My emotion get the best of me. My elevation, self-preparation. I don't care about who ahead of me. Yesterday was past 10. I've been focused on my future, so determined that I will become a better me. The turtle in the race, I'm on the slow grind. We ain't had no dries in our place, we had a clothesline. Mama needs some help, I'm in the booth letting my soul vibe. Dirty little nigga, now I be cleaning in chloride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to At the Bar. Welcome to At the Bar. It is me, 151. I got CP3 with me.
Sir.
Hold on. Couldn't hear you in the mic. Say that again.
Yes, sir.
Bring the mic a little closer.
Check, 1, 2.
Make sure the switch is on. Say something.
Check. Check. There
you go. There you go. CP3 in the building.
Yes, sir.
Lady Antoinette cannot be with us, so we are holding it down for her. So she was at the Commanders game.
The debacle at FedEx.
You up too high. So I guess you want to get into that?
Yeah, as we're watching the Tampa Bay Seattle game, Arizona Seattle game. Arizona's up 14-10 in the third quarter, looking to stop Seattle from trying to take the lead home to a field goal, and almost an interception by Geno. Geno's been playing some good ball. Unfortunately, today, as a Commander fan, we saw some good football for about 3 quarters and 5 minutes. And then for the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, we didn't see good football. Unfortunately, the Commanders came up short, gave up a 10-point lead, and came up short in losing to Kirk Cousins-led Minnesota Vikings that now go to 7-1. There were a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot because for the most part, Scott called a decent game, but the crucial interception thrown by Taylor Heineke in the fourth quarter, when the team had a lead after Minnesota had just went down and scored a field goal to make it a 7-point game. Logic says you run the ball. It was 2nd and 11, and you're having Taylor drop back to, try to throw. Granted, high throw, overloaded Thomas. He was getting pressure up the middle. He didn't get a chance to set his feet. The commentator broke it down perfectly during the game. Excuse me if you were watching. And the second, I can't even say issue, the second straw that broke the camel's back was the penalty on the field goal of the defensive lineman hitting the center on the snap of the field goal attempt because the center is a defenseless player, being the defensive player, so you aren't allowed to come in. It's a penalty, and it was 1:52 left. The Commanders had one timeout left. Holding them to 3 was crucial. If they could have got the ball back and Taylor Heineke could have got him down there for a game-tying field goal, or went down there like last week and got a game-winning touchdown to win the game after he threw a ill-advised interception. Unfortunately, it didn't play out that way. That penalty gave Minnesota the ball, continued the key. They took the 3 points off the board. They kept the ball and ran the clock down to about 16 seconds to the field goal. And that was all she wrote. This was another winnable game that I feel was lost by the ineptitude of the offensive coordinator. I've been having some discussions online talking about it. It's something I've been talking about all season, something I've been talking about for 2 seasons. But there's too much talent on this team to have flawed and failed game plans, put them in bad positions not to win the game, to find a ways to lose. But 4-5 next Monday night, they have the Eagles, who are 8-0. They could have really used this win with some momentum going into, being that Philly played on Thursday and had extra day off to prepare. They played in week 3. That game was another winnable game. The Commanders got down. I think it was 20-0, but they had held Philly in check for the first quarter and a half. And then eventually Philly's offense broke through, and the offense started out slow, which we saw in the day, which is on our keys of victory almost every week. Got to start out fast. And it just was a very frustrating game because it was a game that could have extended the winning streak to 4 games, put them over 500, which they hadn't been since week 1. And yeah, this one hurt. Like I said, with Philly coming up next, it's not an easy opponent, and not looking to be 2 games under 500. So hopefully we'll get Jahan Dotson back from his hamstring injury, and Chase Young has been practicing. So he's been feeling pretty good. He wasn't designated to play today. He was inactive, but the more reps he gets and see how he does in practice, and there's going to be unlimited snap counts, and I don't think he's going to be out there wreaking havoc when he gets out there, and he hasn't played ball in over a calendar year. So not just 1 year of football, which is 6 months, but a whole year of football. So bye week is week 14. It's about to be week 10. They can get some things together and put another winning streak together and get above 500. Playoffs are still in the realm. As a wild card, with the rest of the division playing as well as they are and way above 500.
Well, I don't really think they're playing bad football.
Just having mistakes at the wrong time. And that's the thing with the young teams. We have more younger players playing now. There was a pick 6 by Benjamin St-Juste right after the Commanders took the 10-point lead. Unfortunately, they called it pass interference. There was a lot of hand fighting. There was some contact. I think it was more an illegal contact rather than a pass interference, which is a 15-yard penalty, as in for an illegal contact, which is a 5-yard penalty. But that definitely did hurt because that pick 6 would put it to 24-7. End of the third quarter, they'd have really been pressing, trying to score points, being down 3 possessions. And Commanders defense could have pinned their ears back and, teed off on Kurt like we saw. up until the 10-minute mark when they forced a turnover. They were getting constant pressure on Curry. He was making bad decisions. He had one interception, should have been 2 interceptions. But yeah, this one, if there was any chance of the playoffs, and if there is at the end of the season, and they don't make it, this is going to be the game that they're going to look back to and say, this is the one that kept us out of the playoffs.
Okay, cool. Um, so Tom Brady was up here looking like some crap.
Yeah, he's not reacting well to the divorce. I'm thinking,
Well, that's a mental thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a player, you're used to a certain routine. And last night on the First String podcast, I was on with Lady Antoinette and her other co-host on the show. She was speaking about how she was saying that she had a routine that she would do full time before every game, and now that he's not getting that, that might be affecting him because athletes are very superstitious. If they score, playing football, they score 3 touchdowns wearing a certain pair of cleats or a certain pair of socks. A big game, they're gonna pull those out because they know they're gonna feel like those are, that help them do that. So he's older. Tampa's had some injuries with some of their key players, and a year older, you're not the same team. And yeah, I mean, Father Time might be finally catching up with him. This might be the season that he might decide to hang it up because he's not making the playoffs or not winning the Super Bowl. And they're currently under 500 and currently down right now. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't know. Like I said, he didn't want to be home with damn kids, so he'd rather get hit by a 320-pound lineman than be at home with the kids on Sunday.
I mean, he made them.
Hey, just because you make them, I mean, you got to like them.
That's a horrible thing to say.
I mean, in some cases, being, in the position I'm in now, I've heard stories of, a child is in trouble and the parents said that they're scared of him or, intimidated and don't know how to talk to him and this and that. So, I mean, I don't understand that, but, apparently it's going on.
Yeah, you're right about that. So yes, before I even can't even be disrespectful. So before I even, of course we gotta do rest in peace. Take off from the Migos.
Oh yeah.
I'm not. There's been a lot of speculation. Because I heard Whack 100 been putting some stuff out there about what really happened. I don't know what really happened. I'm just gonna send our prayers to his family. And then yesterday, Aaron Carter passed away. So Aaron Carter was one of the brothers of the Backstreet Boys, and he also had a singing career. He was a pop star. Although TMZ labeled him a rapper, he was not a rapper. He did make a rap album, but I can't even quote one thing he ever did that was. But fame is a horrible mistress because he did battle substance abuse problems. I don't know what he passed away from. He was found in the bathtub. That's all they really said. So I'm not going to say it was a suicide or OD or anything. I don't know. I do know that he did battle substance abuse problems, and that comes from when you're young and you get famous, and you can get anything you want. You literally, the world is at your fingertips. So I wouldn't. He was 34 years old. I wouldn't wish that on nobody to. Especially a parent to have to bury one of their child, through a situation like that. So I'm not going to speculate how he died. I'm just going to say that, we send our thoughts and prayers, to his family also.
Yeah, the whole takeoff situation. I've heard several, I'm not on top of that stuff, but like I said, being in the position I'm in with a younger crowd and folks that actually pay attention to that stuff. Excuse me, there's been a couple of different scenarios that came out.
So that's why I'm not even touching it, because if we're going to have integrity. If we're going to report something, we're going to report the truth.
Yeah. All I have to say is I heard that he was the chill member of the group and the one that wasn't in trouble, and was the lay low dude, and unfortunately, that's how it is sometimes. You be in a place just minding your business, trying to have a good time, and something pops off, and a chill person has got nothing to do with it, or don't they have no drama, get caught in some crossfire or some BS because they just happen to be somewhere. From like I said, I'm just going from the angle that he was the chill one, no trouble, just laid back. I don't really know these dudes, but when I saw the name come up, I didn't really know who it was until they got the Migos dude. I was like, okay. But yeah, it's sad. And Aaron Carter, like I said, I didn't know anything about him until you said something. So condolences to his family and to prayers to him, and how I get through these times, especially close to the holidays. Then my dad passed away last month. So
I mean, this is a tough time for me because Thursday is the day that I lost my uncle. Last year. In 2023, I pray that we don't have to report on as many celebrities or up and coming rappers, or not just rappers, just artists dying needlessly. I was talking to somebody about this. I have more rappers from my youth are still alive than rappers that came out 10 years ago.
well, that goes to a conversation me and my co-worker had, kind of about the off of the takeoff situation, being that you're making all of this money and you're in unfamiliar territory with a lot of jewelry, a lot of flashy stuff, and you don't have security. And that's something that these younger folks I don't take into account, that there are people out there that will take that stuff from you. And it's just a disconnect, because like when we came up, we know by being flashy and showing off what you got, that you can get got just by somebody knowing what you got, and they want it more than you willing to give for it.
But I can't really speak on the takeoff situation because I don't know all the details because it's all convoluted. Like I said, Whack 100 said one thing, some other people said another thing. There's been eyewitness reports that are contradicting what was reported that happened. So
there's a video out, and folks can watch the video.
But we're gonna get to some of that too.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So.
I won't watch the video. We're gonna get into some of that in a minute. But people do have to be mindful of the area that you're in. I mean, even if you people on your own block will be plotting on you. So you do have to be mindful of situations like that. So but once again, we send our prayers out. So salute to Gillie the Kid, because he got on people for sharing the video. Like y'all see a man get shot, and because he's a celebrity, instead of calling 911, the first thing y'all do is pull your phones out. Which is sad for this culture.
We've become desensitized to it because we see so much of it, like you say, on your phone, on YouTube, the violence, the murders, the people killing, the movies and the TV shows. So until it hits home and somewhere close, it's not real to you. It's just something that you want to share on your page because you want likes and you want views, until it's your homeboy, your family member, or somebody close. Yeah. And then you get an understanding. But that's the thing with this generation, that they're indoctrinated in this thinking that, I gotta post this, I gotta put this on my page, and yada yada yada. With us, even when we got on social media, most of our pages were private, and we didn't put our real names on there because we didn't want people knowing yada yada yada.
Oh, I gotta give a quick shout out to my cousin. He gave me a salute. Yo, I swear I got some of the best family members in the world, because I got family that actually that come through and to support the hell out of me and make me keep going and doing that. But I feel what you were saying, dog. But so now as we transition to that, your favorite internet troll, Charleston White, was like, fuck Takeoff, fuck Gillie the Kid. because y'all living like y'all celebrities. So why would we not pull our phone out? Y'all don't pull your phones out when a regular nigga die, but
I've heard this dude's name so many times. I refuse to go to his page to give him a click or a like or anything on his fucking social media. I guess I gotta check this motherfucker out.
the funny thing is sometimes he actually has decent voice, but he's so ignorant that I can't rock with stuff that he said. A lot of times he says some stuff. He's a troll, but then he's also one of those dudes that when he'll talk that stuff, but then when the shit get real, it's I'm a senior citizen. I'm just telling jokes on the internet. I'm gonna call the cops on this people. He ain't that old. He in his 50s, so he old enough to know better.
I thought it was a young dude.
Nah. He says things to trigger people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like for the Soldier Boy instance of him macing Soldier Boy, but then he shot him. See, he tried to be a thug and he shot his own self in the foot. Like it's he's one of those dudes. Like he was just talking about some of the Chicago rappers that died. He was like, yeah, their moms was texting me, but when I stopped giving them the money, they don't text me no more. All they was doing was texting me and giving me pussy, and then like, dog, you trolling these people's mothers that are dead now, and you would put that out there, like, even if that's your personal case, like, that's weak to me. It's sad. It's sad. He's a sad dude. Ain't gonna spend too much time on him.
Yeah, and like I said, I heard people talk about him. I haven't looked at his page or other than when we talked about some of the crap he said on our show. During our show. It's, I'd rather not just even give it any credence just because he's nobody looking for attention. And when you talk about him, you're giving him what he wants, and I refuse to do that shit.
I feel you, dog. I feel you. So yesterday was Crown Jewel. I did watch that. It was a WWF Crown Jewel. It was actually a good pay-per-view. Brock versus Bobby Lashley was pretty good. They had a women tag team match that was pretty good. Alexa Bliss, Asuka versus Damage Control. That was pretty good. Braun Strowman versus the big black dude, almost, whatever. That joint sucked, and I knew it was gonna suck.
Yeah. I saw Braun and came back. I haven't been able to watch it.
But Braun did power slam, and almost is 7'3", 450 pounds. That's a big motherfucker, though. That's a big dude. That's a big dude. He's actually bigger than Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting too much because I knew Bobby when almost fought Bobby Lashley, like they didn't have a great match, and Bobby Lashley is a pretty decent, is a great wrestler to me. He
Yo, Moskow's a big dude. Bro.
He's like the Big Show. He's like a black version of the Big Show.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 moves. Like we'll talk. Kevin Nash once said the greatest big man he ever seen was the Undertaker, because Undertaker is he's in between a good height,
like
and he's agile enough to do some shit that small men do too. And then when his body got older, he couldn't even do some of he knew when to do it. Like on big matches, he knows when he can run and walk the ropes and do that run and jump over the ropes like a luchador.
Yeah.
Like that's a 300-pound man doing that at his size. But he didn't do that every match. On big matches, he did.
Yeah, he did.
So,
every match, his career was over.
Yeah.
So,
but the highlight of the match, Bianca Belair for Bayley, which was a good match. But the highlight was Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. Tremendous match, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous. That match was actually grade A. It had the drama. It was probably Logan Paul's best match. It may even turn Logan Paul into a face. However, Logan Paul is actually fucking injured after that match. He might be out for a while. His MLC and his ACL has been torn, I think. But he took a selfie diving off the ropes onto Roman Reigns into a table. Uh, I mean, he did some wild stuff in the end, but um, he might be out for a while, which may be good for him because after you fight Roman Reigns, like, where do you go from here? Like, did you just fought for the WWF Championship against the top guy, and you had a great match. So where do you go from here? So now your bar is raised so high, and maybe once he rehabs, he can actually even practice more and even actually get better. His brother actually showed up. His brother showed up, came out to his own theme music. So don't be surprised if the Logan brothers are in there and are both in the WWE by 2023. I can see that. I can see them in a tag team match, going for the tag team titles.
The way to market yourself, man. That's all you gotta do, man. By the way to market yourself, you can put yourself in a lot of winning positions, and that's what I have to say about them dudes. They definitely know how to market themselves and make things happen.
Well, the thing about that is success don't sleep. So, um, the one thing about it, like I saw you saw one of my TikToks, like you gotta punch in success like you punch in for a regular job. Like you gotta wake up, boom, time to do the things I'm gonna do to be successful. Like there's shit we do on a daily basis that to make sure our bills are paid, to make sure we keep a place over our head. There are things that we do like to make sure that we're winning, and outside of just working out regular 9 to 5. So in order for us to be successful at what we do, shit, people don't realize you worked prior to going on to a podcast yesterday. Like we talked earlier that day, you was out there grinding, and you still did somebody else's podcast. Like, but that's part of being successful. That's part of putting the brand out there. It's funny we both got on our gray shirts today. That's really wild.
Yeah.
But success is something that you have to work for. Like, people think that you're just gonna wake up and be successful. Nah, motherfucker, that shit's not gonna happen. That's not gonna work.
I should have been successful. That was
So, definitely. I guess we're going to the Kyrie Irving situation.
yeah, it's crazy.
So, because I think we may differ on opinion on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to the Kanye West situation about the anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish rap. Kyrie posted something, and he was asked about it by reporters. He got defensive when the reporter asked him, about the video. He was just like, "I'm not promoting it. I just posted it." And he's like, "Well, do you believe in what was said in it? Are you anti-Semitic?" And Kyrie wouldn't answer the question, and became very defensive. And then the league apparently suspended him for that whole situation. Now, as I said about the Kanye situation, I don't get the anger against the Jewish people. They went through their shit. Now they own shit. Okay, we can do the same thing. We got billionaire and rich black folks that can start building up our communities, but they go into the club to make it rain, dropping 30,000 a night on strippers. So I mean, you can't downplay someone else's struggle because your struggle isn't getting as much pub or as much reparations or benefits as someone else's. And it's just when you're a superstar and you have millions or hundreds of thousands of followers on your page and you post something and it rubs you the wrong way and they ask you about it, you at least have to explain your position. Not saying that you're right or wrong, but if someone asks you, are you anti-Semitic? I mean, you posted something that is talking about that, so they're asking is that the way you feel? And by you posting it, you open yourself up to that question. So if you never posted it, you wouldn't be answering these questions. So it's like it's a double-edged sword of being famous. You have to watch what you do and watch what you post. Me being in my job, I have to watch what I post because if I post the wrong thing, I could lose my job over it.
But
I don't make billions of dollars. So,
I haven't seen the video, but what in the video is anti-Semitic about
I mean, I haven't seen it either, but
it? Yeah.
apparently it just talks about how, the Holocaust was fake and how Jews run the world and they control everything. And I'm assuming it's on that path or whatever. And, like I said, I don't get it how you hating on another culture because they got hated on and now they're prosperous.
But how come none of the flack went to Amazon for renting or selling the video? Like,
I mean,
no one said anything about Jeff Bezos about who owns the company.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at the same thing like we talk about with the R. Kelly and Stanley Kubrick and Roman Polanski. Those folks are known child molesters, and their stuff is still on sale everywhere, and they still haven't taken their stuff down. But R. Kelly, they found that they don't play his music, cancel him, and yada. He's in jail. Then other folks have been living a life 30 years, but the same thing. So I mean,
So my thing about that is that if they're gonna if you're gonna come after Kyrie, then how come you didn't go after the bigger problem, which is that case the parent company that put it out, which was Amazon, which is Jeff Bezos.
we're a capitalist country, and it's all about making
And-
money, and that's all he's doing is making
and-
money.
And their demands for him were kind of ridiculous.
I didn't see what the man.
Demands was I think he had to pay $500,000 to one of their profits, one of their agencies or whatever like that.
That's not a reason. That's what mostly happens in these situations. They make you pay a fine or make a donation.
Oh no! He has to make a donation and a fine.
Well, I'm saying they kind of having a stir when he got fined, lost the team, and had to do some community service bullshit. So when you make that much money and you're that famous, the rules change. Sometimes in your favor and sometimes against you, depending on where you are and what you're saying.
I just don't think I think it's just if black people had the same rights as Jewish people, then it just seems like it almost because we can say what we want about black people, and no one's gonna you'll face the consequences, but not like how they face these consequences.
Well, I mean, it's
like
it's
even
a slippery slope.
it's a very slippery slope. It's I take you back to the NWA movie, Straight Outta Compton, when they asked because Ice Cube said you let a Jew break up my crew, and then they asked Ice Cube, they were like, are you against Jewish people? He said, no, I'm just anti Jerry Heller. Got nothing to do with the whole race, but that's how they took it. And they actually had, I remember back in the day, they actually had Jewish people boycotting Ice Cube for those particular lines, even though that dude stole millions from them, but no one says that part. So when I think about that, it's like, yo, it's a slippery slope. It's a double-edged sword, because. But then I feel like you're bullying a person into doing things. Like I watched some of the stuff that Farrakhan said. I watch all different religions how they talk. I'm non-denomination. So I listened to stuff, and I was just watching stuff, and even Farrakhan spoke on one instance of, he was talking to the Jewish leaders, and they had a great dinner, and it was fine. And then they were like, to him, they were like, well, if you want to be at peace with us, these are our demands. And he was like, oh, now we get to the meat and potatoes of this. And he was like, yo, I'm always at peace with people that speak with respect with me. However, I will not meet any demands. And I ain't saying that Kanye was right, and I'm not even saying Kai Irving was right. I ain't saying he's wrong either. It was he put something out there, whether we agree with it or disagree with it. But being suspended and fined for it is just kind of.
Being a player on the contract, and have morality clauses and You know, if it's
And that's what
deemed,
we talked about it earlier because the owners don't have morality
yeah, the
clause.
owners, they're the owners, they don't. And that's what some of the players are pushing back and saying, you know, we have clauses that we can't say or do certain things. If we do, we lose it all. But yet still some of these owners can say and do whatever and make it a slap on the wrist and it's all good. So and that's what I say. It's a bigger issue, and in order to get to the bottom of it, we all have got to sit down and talk about it and go through it and take the emotion out of it because everybody has a valid, well, not gonna say everybody, most folks have a valid point when it comes to this issue, but it's just about seeing it from the proper perspective, and that's why I see it as, you know, like I say, I can't get behind hating someone else because they went through something similar in their culture, and unfortunately, they've been more beneficial than
But
our
I don't.
culture.
But sometimes, but here's the thing: because you disagree with something doesn't necessarily means it's hate. And
I'm speaking from the folks that basically that I've spoken to recently that have a true hatred for, you know, the anti-Semitic Jews. I'm like, why are you hating on them? How many Jewish people do you know?
you
You may
know,
not know.
but think about that is I'm speaking like some of the stuff. Like even watching that doesn't mean he hates Jewish people. That might have been something he agreed with or disagreed with. Like one of the greatest albums for me was KRS One's joint. Was it Edutainment? Um, and it had like the songs you that you guys learn, and when he breaks down um, the 12 tribes of Israel in the Bible and stuff, and I realized that a lot of the when we go back to the land of the Bible and stuff like that, that there were black people in the Bible. Because growing up as a child in the '80s and stuff, when you had these little, you remember them little hard ass books, and and they had like Adam and Eve and stuff, and all of them were white. Even though then when I got older, I realized, and I found out I did research, the Garden of Eden was actually found in Africa. The oldest bones, or man and woman's bones, they come from Africa. Um, so it's a lot of like, but it's never depicted. Um, and so when we see Jewish people, um, and I remember growing up, I was like, well, Sammy Davis Jr. is a black Jewish guy, and it was just so odd to everybody when him being a black Jewish person, uh, when they are probably and there are and there are Jewish people that are very very dark skinned. If we go overseas and stuff like that,
Some folks are just white Muslims.
yeah. Um, so I think it's just like I said, Karis want to open my eyes to the fact that we do have a place in history. We do have a place in the Bible and in the Quran and all these places. Because we do have people that actually look like us. Uh, and it was very eye opening. Even when I played it for my mother at the time, she was like, "Whoa," because when you watched the Ten Commandments, Charleston Heston played Moses. You know what I'm saying? So when you growing up and you're watching this on TV and stuff, and you're soaking, everything you on TV, you think everybody in the Bible is white. You don't feel the representation, and so I think that we've been represented. We just haven't. We were there. We just haven't been equally represented, and you'd be surprised if you go overseas and see some of the people. You know.
That's the funny part about the whole Black Little Mermaid thing. They're freaking out because the animated character of their childhood is going to be portrayed by someone that doesn't look like them, and they're upset because now there's movies that don't depict them as their characters, so they can't relate to it. So I'm like, imagine how we felt all of these years watching the movie, but they can't until it affects them. Now they starting to understand that.
Yeah, I mean, so when I watched Black Adam, um, Shout out to The Rock. At least we talked about this last week. But when I watched Black Adam, Hawkman's in it. So growing up, watching the Super Friends, Hawkman's a white guy. But then when you know the history of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they were they got two different histories. But the main one I'm gonna focus on is that they're reincarnated um, lovers from Egypt. So in the Black Adam movie, Hawkman is actually a black guy. He's played by, I forgot the actor's name, but he's played by, you've seen him in, he played MC Ren in Straight Outta Compton, and he's been in the TV show Leverage. That guy.
Oh yeah, I watch him. He's in a show called City on the Hill.
Yeah, he's in City on the Hill. Yeah. He's a good guy. Great actor, great actor. But it was great to see, and he played Hawkman strong, and it was great to see representation like that, because for years, even in superhero movies, we didn't have that. Shit. Like honestly, Blade was probably one of the first black successful superhero movies. A lot of people don't realize that Blade was a Marvel comic.
I didn't know. I did love the movie.
Yeah.
Especially the second one with Sanaa Lathan. I mean, with Sanaa Lathan.
That's the first one.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the second one. Cool.
Second one had white people in it.
Yeah, it's a little personal, you know.
Yeah, she's the mother. But it's just having that, but when you don't, basically when you don't see our faces, it makes us confused. And even now, a lot of people are still confused. So I guess that kind of contributes to the madness that we have going on with the Kyrie and the Kanye situation. Because I think, I like I said, I haven't watched the video, so I don't know what's on the video. So I don't know if it's anti-Semitic or anything like that.
Apparently, that's what it portrays. The reporter asked him directly about it, and I mean, because like I said, one of my other coworkers, he is 100% behind Kanye and Kyrie, and believe they're trying to enlighten the world, and they're just trying to get the truth out there, and they don't care if their wealth gets taken away, that they're tired of it. I'm like,
well, I would say like this: if black people want to truly make a stand, then hurt people. Then what you need to do is use the most powerful weapon that we have, which is the black dollar. And if you're mad because Kyrie's not playing, then don't watch those NBA games. But we know this from the Kaepernick situation. People are mad for a minute, but then they have loyalty to their systematic behavior. We'll talk about it, but we won't turn the shit off because we've been programmed. Well, that's my team. The team owner don't know you. He ain't calling you. You don't got season tickets. If you wanted to do stuff like that, then hey, you're part of. You have the black dollar. You can control those. Like, we'll talk. When Run DMC made my Adidas, it made me want to get a pair of Adidas. If we take away that, don't buy Adidas no more. It's a simple solution. But the black dollar really runs the world. If people would use it the right way, then it'd be different.
yeah, but they too busy clout chasing. They rather, like you say, rather spend their money on $500 for one pair of shoes to be flashy or to go out one time instead of, like I said, I've never been a clothes person. Now, I've been a watch, sometimes jewelry, cars, and that's it. But clothes has never really been a big thing to me. Like the most I've ever spent on a pair of shoes is when I bought my double sole Timberlands and I spent $150 on them. I've never bought a pair of Jordans. I own a couple pair of Jordans because I've been giving them for like Christmas and shit. But I can't see spending all of that money on this merchandise that I know only costs, like you say, Jordans cost what, $11 to make or $20 to make, and they charge you $250 or whatever for them. Do you realize that's some crackhead shit? You're paying over a pair of shoes and a name that's getting somebody else rich, and you're busting your ass or you out here robbing or whatever to pay for something that you know only worth $20, but you're willing to pay 200 and something because of the name.
Well, it's worth more than $20.
I mean, but that's what it costs to make.
It may be cost to make it, but it's still, it may take me. I may sell a beat that I got from a crack program, and or but yet, if I buy Fruity Loops which is $99, and I make a beat and I sell it for $500.
See, I've sold beats using the free program, so it's all
Exactly.
profit.
So it's all profit.
Yeah.
So you can't blame them for that. I mean,
I just use what's available to capitalize off of, which is what it's all about. If I got to pay for it, then I know it's going to cut into my profit. So I take that into account when I'm selling whatever I'm selling.
yeah.
So it's just.
But it's the black dollar. If the black dollar chose to support more black businesses and to not participate in these other things, you know, that would be the movement. If we stopped, forget rioting, forget marching, stop spending. If we did a blackout, like every year they used to talk about doing a blackout for Christmas, like only buy black products and stuff like that. And then they did it for like 2 or 3 years and then it just stopped. Because we're not consistent in what we do. But if we did that on a regular basis, it's something that would be more beneficial to the black community. Like, you know, the shirts we got on now made by Eric Houston. I support them. You know, I got other shirts by them and other jumpsuits. It's easy to, and as we supported them, we found out other people started supporting them because we were supporting them. So, but that's how that works. But it's the power of the black dollar. But you have to choose that. You know, black people have to be like, hey, we're going to support these black businesses. Like if you want to support Ye, if you want to get the Yeezys, you know, he can do them joints shipping directly from him and get his own manufacturer. But it's up to y'all to buy them and support them. But as soon as Adidas signed your favorite basketball player from college or some up and coming, y'all are going to forgive what they did anyway. You know, as soon as the Nets go on a winning streak, y'all won't talk about Kyrie Irving as much. But here's the funny thing. So as we talk about Ye, as we talk about Kyrie Irving, but how come the media is so quiet on the millions that Brett Favre stole from the welfare people? Did he ever pay back yet?
Thing about Brett is you ain't heard shit from him. That motherfucker went under. That's the thing. We on social media kind of making ourselves a target. Brett, they've been having people call out how come nobody's talking about it, and still not a peep. Brett ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
Brett down there chilling in Mississippi, like, I don't like, unless somebody come to me and shove a mic on my face with a subpoena and put me on the stand, I ain't saying shit. So I mean, what he did was messed up, and the way that nothing's being done is messed up. But as I've said before on the show, anything that happens in this country anymore doesn't surprise me at all. I've seen it all. Like I said, once the little white kids start getting killed in school and the gun lobby still and the politics still ain't cool, I said, yeah, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about nothing but money. So anything's possible. So I don't put anything past anybody in this country anymore because It's fueled by money and greed, and that's what if you get the right person in the right situation that can see a way that he can make profit off of anything, that person in the right mind is gonna try it.
Definitely. Definitely. That is the crazy thing. We're about to do a quick video break.
You get turned up and tired for this combination of getting a little funky over the top. Come back down to earth.
Oh Lord. Yeah, you about to go to a video break. We gonna play. Oh, shout out to Lady C. She just had her baby.
Congratulations.
That is some Warfare J.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, it's me. I just wanted to say that I miss you. Got to thinking yesterday, ran across one of our old pictures. I almost tried to call. Obviously, it didn't.
Yeah, I gave my heart, you lied. Supposed to be right here by my side. You convinced me with them lies. Told me how you was gon' ride. And you would never leave my side. But times got hard, then you ran away. Sad to say you left my heart so traumatized. Like I just seen a homicide. But life goes on, had to move on for the better. Yeah, I know you hate to see me doing better. Had you jealous when you see me with my new bitch doing some new shit. Like, why you got me out here looking stupid and so foolish? I ain't got time for these games, no. And I ain't got time for the reminiscing, cause we didn't have the same intentions. Guess you ain't get it, too busy stuck in your feels. You ain't care about how I was feeling, fuck how you feeling. Bitch, you tripping, talking about how shit would be different between me and you. But ain't no difference, cause you never ever listened. Thought I cheated with them bitches, couldn't blame me for assuming. Supposed to be right here, supposed to be right here with me. Could be right here with me, supposed to be right here with me. Could be right here with me, supposed to be right here with me. Yeah, I gave my heart, you lied. Supposed to be right here by my side. You convinced me with them lies. Telling me how you was gon' ride. And you would never leave my side. But times got hard, then you ran away. Sad to say you left my heart so traumatized. Like I just seen a homicide, but life goes on.
Had to move on, cause all I could feel was all this pain. All that shit you done to me, so I won't be the same. I caught you cheating, you begged and pleaded, didn't mean a thing. I took you back, you did it again, man, I should be ashamed. Feeling like my life sucks, I knew this was a dirty game. But can't complain, I had a hunch, I should've took the hint. Tired of your lies, enough of that, I had to up and split. I know you hate it when you see me with another bitch. We doing things that make you jealous, make you throw a fit. You in the past, I moved on, no need for me to reminisce. I got a new chick, yeah, she with me and she down to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, and you know it ain't no switching sides. This could be us, but this what happens when you tellin' lies.
Yeah, I gave my heart, you lied. Supposed to be right here by my side. You convinced me with them lies. Telling me how you was gon' ride. And you would never leave my side. But times got hard, then you ran away. Sad to say you left my heart so traumatized. Like I just seen a homicide, but life goes on.
Yeah. Bah, bah.
on that bitch and let it bang. Counting money while I'm smoking Mary Jane. You can't hang with us cause you ain't with the game. I say all my niggas got good brain. Put potato on that bitch and let it bang. Counting money while I'm smoking Mary Jane. You can't hang with us if you ain't with the gang. Yeah, they call me Shake, and I'm all about my dough. Hell no, I don't like Wallace, cause you know I cannot fold. I spend racks on myself, I spend racks on the spit. What I'm counting right now, hell no, it ain't counterfeit. Bitch, nigga, stop talking before we stomp you out. These chopper bullets right now, bitch, will make you walk it out. Say, what's that talking sound? Say, what's that mumbling sound? Say, nigga, scratch him out white chalk, we had to lay him down. I say, tell that pussy nigga, pipe down. Throwing money, stand on couches in the lounge. I say, tell that fuck nigga, pipe down. We got guns with extendos in the lounge. I say, all my niggas got good range. Put potato on that bitch and let it bang. Counting money while I'm smoking Mary Jane. You can't hang with us cause you ain't with the game. I say, all my niggas got good range. Put potato on that bitch and let it bang. Counting money while I'm smoking Mary Jane. You can't hang with us if you ain't with the gang.
Hey, run that shit up, Trace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Every time that I pop out, I be bringing all this guap out. Black bottles go black out. It be bringing all the thoughts out. Oh man, every time that I pop out, big drip bring the mop out. New coupe, drop the top down. Cause I got it on lock now. Oh yeah, every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean every time that I pop out, I'm all like a top out. Look, I can't even walk down the block now. This how it is when you got clout. Yeah, I got a bad bitch, she a knockout. People champ like the rock out. Piggy ring with the rock out. I ain't playing like an NBA lockout. Look, I ain't even had to bring the Glock out. Why? They fuck with me hard in my city. I'm a big dog in the yard in my city. Respect from the G's and the broads in my city. No religion, I live like a god in my city. I run it, you can't even jog in my city. They miss me whenever I'm gone from my city. Touchdown just to throw on the yards in my city. Oh Lord, I do it all for my city. And everywhere that I go, I ain't gotta tell them, they already know. It must be my shine, it must be my glow. I told them before that whenever I show, it's a show. Tell me, have you checked the scope? It's a blowout and they already asking for more. I've been fly for a while now, so yeah. Every time that I pop out, I be bringing all this guap out. Black bottles go black out. It be bringing all the thoughts out. Oh man, every time that I pop out, big drip bring the mop out. New coupe, drop the top down. Cause I got it on lock now. Oh yeah, every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean like yeah, you cool, but tell me fool, what's cooler than super? These hoes love me like I'm Luther, and I'm clean as a loofah. You just blowin' smoke like a hookah. But shouts to my shooter, play dumb and this shit, it get stupid. Like he made a move on the movement, and that's why he ain't moving. I am what you would call booming. Greatest gas in the air, so I'm boofing. She smell it, your duck is ghosting. I burn a zip for amusement. Cause when you move high, I be moving, and people can't help but be tuned in. It's a vibe, boy, they be glued in. Man, them haters be fuming. Look, I can't help that we winning, you losing. She dig it, that's why she choosing. Ain't nothing new. Cool, I'm cool, and you know how I do's it. what's there to rap about? I'm super, what's there to act about? Hop in the whip, tense blacked out, and just pop your bitch and pop back out. Like, every time that I pop out, I be bringing all this guap out. Black bottles go block out. It be bringing all the thoughts out. Oh man, every time that I pop out, big drip, bring the mop out. New coupe, drop the top down. Cause I got it on lock now. Oh yeah, every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. Every time that I pop out, pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean. Every time that I pop out. Yeah, every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean. Every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out, damn, a young nigga. Back to me, dumbass. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Give it to him. Huh? We can give it to him. I got my youngin in the building. Come on up too, young. Yeah. You know, everywhere I go, I like to show a nigga from that area some shine. You feel what I'm saying? Number 2, because I'm the only nigga, I ain't filthy rich because of politics. Not because these niggas can fuck with me. Come on, let's be honest.
Still getting money with Illuminati. Still getting
rapping $1 million.
Still getting money with Illuminati.
Real nigga, priceless.
Still getting money with Illuminati, nigga.
Can't buy that. You ready, Poppy?
Think about it. Can't buy it.
Let's go.
Conversations, get rowdy all in the crowd. Yeah, man, you know us. Got the party started up like a motor. So rock and patrol, won't you just go and pull up? Then drop that thing low, girl, till it hit the floor. I'ma do it big, stand in that backseat. I let a hater tell him get off my dick. Just a business, so I mind it. But my mind, I lost it, and now I can't find it. So I'm the man, I'ma make them understand. I'm the man, I'ma make them understand. I'm the man, I'ma make them understand. I'm the man.
Tell us what you're gonna see from you today.
You're gonna see energy, realness, greatness, nothing more or less.
I'm the man, so what? Don't you understand? You better get it understood that I'm so high you might catch a tan. Everybody claim they ballin', when half of them just been stolen. I murdered by the first degree, then threw it in the coffin. I'm sick with it, you just catch me coughing. They say I'm on a dinner plane, how a young boss been flossing. These rappers been dead to me, skeletons in my closet. If that don't make sense, then these hundreds inside the closet. I'ma do it big, stand in that backseat. I let a hater tell him get off my dick. Just a business, so I mind it. But my mind, I lost it, and now I can't find it. So I'm the man, I'ma make them understand. I'm the man, I'ma make them understand.
Hey, it's CC, and you're watching Heads Up TV, and I'm with one of my favorite artists, Renegade. On to the E, to the N, to the E, to the D, to the E, to the D, to the E.
Got a bad shorty with a black car. Oh man, she go hard. Control the game like Mozart. I spit ahead of y'all. Go car. She sweet in the middle like a pop tart. Got the game on lock like a cop car. In another galaxy, benchmark. Living out life like a rock star. I'm rolling outrageous, trying to stack it up like grateful. Haters gon' be haters while I'm counting all these pesos. sipping on that Play-Doh. Murder beats like OJ, then give her all that mayo. I'ma do it big, standing at 5'6". I let a hater talk and tell him get off my dick. This is just a business, so I mind it. But my mind I lost it and now I can't find it.
Guys.
Yeah, that's a little throwback joint. Renegade, Understand. Featuring Gilly the Kid at the beginning.
Yeah, I gotta get there for those live performances, man. I haven't got a chance to see him perform live, so sooner or later I'm gonna get to a live show.
Definitely. Well, you know, come spring break, I think we're going to Texas in March.
And I will probably be off from work for that week, so yeah, I got something to shoot for. Definitely, I ain't been to Texas in a while.
Because I told Renegade, I was like, yeah, we like to get our own, like, we love our music family, but we also like to get our own Airbnb and rental car, so that, because sometimes we do stuff away from people.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
You know, just because everybody may go this way, when we went to Hollywood, we was in LA, and I actually got to see the Hollywood Walk of Fame because we went out there. We was in the Roscoe chicken and waffles and stuff like that.
Yeah, you gotta hit the tourist spots. I'm actually working on a trip next year. I've been trying to get to the Grand Canyon for a while now, and I have someone that's willing to make that road trip. So I'm in the process of planning on something next year to finally get one of my things on my bucket list marked off. I watch so many documentaries and movies on the Grand Canyon. I want to see it from a damn self.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a trip. As a person who likes taking pictures of photography, that'd be a hell of a trip.
Yeah, man, I definitely, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to next year. I'm actually looking at probably renting a little small RV or something.
Ooh.
Cut down costs on hotel rooms. You ain't gotta sleep in hotels every night. Cause I know driving to Texas is over 22 hours. So I'm thinking driving across the country, you're probably looking at, if I do between 10 and 12 hours of driving a day, that ain't shit. I can do that. And you're probably talking about maybe 4, maybe 5 days. If nobody else is driving, you got somebody else driving, you take turns, stop at a hotel every now and again, get a nice shower, get the continental breakfast in the morning, and get back on the road. Spend a couple of days out there, take some pictures. I don't know about the hiking shit. I did hiking in Boy Scouts. I ain't with that shit too much now, I'm getting older. But it's definitely definitely want to take some snapshots and just take in, because everybody that I talked to that's been there said it's something that you can't even describe if you have to see it for yourself.
Definitely. Shout out to Dr. T. She actually made a cameo in the Understand video. That was way before she became Dr. T. Shout out to Doc. We gotta get her back on. I love our conversations about mental health.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of folks that need to have those conversations that refuse to. Hopefully one day they'll see the light. Because the therapy helps. Help me. I'm better. I'm not fixed, but I'm better than I used to be. Oh man, got some interesting games going on here.
So what's going on with the games?
Let's see, you got the scores up on the phone. Trying to watch the TV at the same time. You got the Rams up 13-9 with under 2 minutes left. Looking to get Tom Brady 5 losses in a row for the first time in his career.
Yes.
And he just broke a record that I can't even really wrap my mind around. He's known for over 100,000 yards in his career, playoffs and regular season combined.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. see what other games we got going on. Like everything else is final. The Cardinals lost to the Seahawks 31-21. I got that game right. I think it was only two late games. And then 8:20, you got the Titans versus the Chiefs. That should be an interesting game. I believe the Chiefs are a 12.5-point favorite. I got them covering because the Titans are going back to Ryan Tannehill. They had Malik Willis start last weekend, threw the ball 14 times. Derrick Henry ran for over 200 yards against Houston, so for like the third time in a row. So, I mean, they didn't really need him to do much, but they put Tannehill back in the game. So, I think Willis would be the X factor, his ability to run, to keep up Derrick Henry. They could do their RPOs and the zone reads to keep Kansas City honest and keep their offense off the field, but going to Tannehill, and I don't really see that happening. So, yeah. And, yeah, that's about it. I want to talk about football. We got some basketball scores. We got Toronto at the half leading Chicago 55-49. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Lakers 114.
The Lakers are trash.
To 100. Yeah, I mean, if I watch basketball more, I probably would have more insight. But I recall last year they didn't really have the success they were hoping for, and I know they got to like a 0-4, 0-5 start. Currently, they are 2-7, 14th in the West, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are 8-1, second in the East. That's impressive. Let's see, in hockey, the Rangers and the Detroit Red Wings are tied 2-2 in the third with 9:14 left. Toronto's up 2-1 on Carolina with 5:22 left in the third, and you got Florida versus Anaheim at 9 o'clock. For the puck to drop on the West Coast. I don't even want to talk about the Cowboys right now. They took another bad loss late in the third period, kind of similar to the way the Commanders lost today. Had to lead, then the game's tied. Under 3 minutes left in the game, and then they give up a cheap goal. I'm not even going to say a cheap goal, an opportunistic goal, and lose the game in regulation. And now on the 4-game losing streak, 2 of the games they lost in overtime, so they still got a point at least. But this was the first one in regulation, and you don't get any points at all, so that makes it even worse, especially losing that close to when you at least want to get a point off this, trying to steal the 2 points like they did against us. But yeah, it's still early in the season. They have a lot of injuries right now, and called up a lot of younger players. They already have younger players in the lineup, so it's still early in the season, and I'm sure they'll be covering more on Sports in the Hill tomorrow night with Robbie and Big Six People Champ and I believe Bruce and Dave.
Okay. So we kind of talked about this last week, but now this is the opposite. Now we have a white teacher that was fired for her TikTok. I sent the thing to the chat. I actually read it, and she actually kind of deserved to be fired. She was doing TikToks. Well, I can't make it to. I can't. They asked me to come to work 30 minutes early, and I told them I couldn't, but I could make it to Starbucks every day. And she was posting that, and then she posted something else. I think her niece got injured or something like that, and then she posted some stuff, and then it was about also one of her fellow teachers that was there. So she had got in trouble a couple of times, and then they terminated her for that. Like at first, when I read it, I was going to be really sympathetic towards her, but it was a totally different situation.
I mean, working for the school board, you already have to be careful of what you say and post on social media because you never know what parent or co-worker might see it and you don't get along with them, and then they'll send it to HR, or you know how this cancel culture and being offended is. So you already got to watch what you post. That's why I watch what I post on my page, being for the companies that I work for, used to work for. That if you've been following my page, I post a lot less stuff that I used to.
But most of these companies will tell you now that there's a social media policy.
Yep.
And it's up to you to not to go against their social media policy. You can post things on your social media, but you can't post things about the company, bad about the company on your social media. You know, that's why I don't have friends and coworkers on my social media. Because if I decide to rant and they report it, I'm out of a job.
Gotta be careful. I used to do some record stuff, and the jobs I had, I didn't give a damn, and there's nothing about that. So now the jobs that I've had, and I have to watch what I post and watch what I say. I do, because, like I said, I don't have millions and billions of lose for making a statement, but a little bit that I do make, if I don't make it, my life's gonna be a live rough.
Yeah, true indeed, true indeed. And she's a 30-year-old teacher. You know, it's totally different from the other situation that we talked about last week.
Yeah, these folks got to learn to stay off of social media. That's the point. That's the key right there, especially in some of these jobs that they're in. I don't understand how you don't take that into consideration before you hit that send button saying, what if somebody takes this the wrong way? Can I lose my job? Or get suspended or get in trouble? And I do that now, looking at some of the stuff that come up on my memories on my timeline. I look at it like, yeah, I posted it before, but now, I think I'll be on the air on the side of caution, because you never know who might see it. Because my page is public for me streaming the show, so you don't have to be a friend to see what's on my page. So anybody can look up my name now that they know my name, and if they see something that they find offensive, they can screenshot it and send it to HR, and they say, I'm having a meeting about some stuff I posted 5-6 years ago that I reposted that wasn't an issue, but now because of the new culture, it is.
That's true. That's true. So Bad Baby, that's the Catch Me Outside girl.
Mm-hmm.
She made $50 million on OnlyFans. And believe it or not, on Wednesday, she was part of a lecture at Oxford. She made a guest appearance for a lecture at Oxford.
It's because she can find ways to make money from thirsty people online. Doesn't mean she needs to be speaking to a class on how to do that. At least that's just mine. But then I should be in class about how to, do some of the stuff that I was doing back in the day. I mean, that is in business. Legend. Trying to find a pregame show for the Tennessee game. Looks like not that.
So Drake and 21 Savage released the album. There's been some controversy because there was a line that they thought he was dissing Megan Thee Stallion. But Lil Yachty had said that wasn't about Megan. But he did diss Serena Williams' husband. He dissed Kanye. And then he sounded like he was dissing the Ice Spice girl. Ice was named Ice Spice. The girl sings the song Munch. But she got the latest song that's really hot. But he basically said, yeah, she's a 10 and her video is cute, but play it on mute. Eminem was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dr. Dre inducted him. During his speech, though, I think he named like 100 other people that probably should go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But as a hip hop artist getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that's a big honor.
He said we did a hell of a rap saluting, pioneers. I haven't had a chance to check it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
It shows up there. But I wasn't the biggest Eminem fan, but I definitely have an appreciation for what he brought to the game and his style and his lyrical wordplay and some of his craziness on the track. Like I said, when I found the Eminem CD in my father's truck, that said a lot to me that he was actually listening to Eminem, because he didn't even like rap. And I was like, damn, you got my father listen to, maybe I need to check out him. And I like some of his stuff. Some of his stuff I didn't get, but some of the stuff was cool. And I did like 8 Mile. That was a good movie. So I ain't got no hate for Eminem. I think he did his thing, and he's definitely one of the top lyricists out there, in my opinion.
Well, I would think with Eminem, I don't. He's one of the few people. Like you have a like Bad Baby. She's white, and I get that. She's not of the culture. Eminem is of the culture. Like he understands hip hop. He understands the culture of hip hop music in itself. Where the other people are just there to make money. So I would say this about that, and that's not the first time he did something like that. Back in the early 2000s, when he won an MTV award, he shouted out all the pioneers of hip hop. He was the only person to do it too, the white guy.
And things that happen like that sometimes.
So big salute to Eminem. Well, we're gonna have an early show today.
Checking out this bad dating person I'm talking about.
The Catch Me Outside girl?
I thought that was the rapper you were talking about.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh yeah, you did say that she tried to go to rap or whatever. So, dang, she looked the same, but she looked different. I guess 50 million to do that.
Yo, when she turned 18, she opened her OnlyFans, and then people went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it. I check out the OnlyFans. I look at the free joints, but I can't see paying for it. I can't pay for pictures. Sorry.
Some of it's video.
Can't pay for video either. I can go on phone for that. Sorry, I can't pay. Like I say, I'm not paying $200 for a shoes I know only cost $20. I'm not paying $3.95 or $4.95 for something I can see for free. It's not you, but I can still see the same thing. Fuck that. I don't get it. But there's a lot of tricks out here, so like my man Pimp C said, pimping ain't dead, just move to the website. And that's what's taking over. Motherfucking website.
You wild boy with that.
Man, change the game, man. I took away some of my income. Shit. I wasn't pimping, but I knew some people that knew some people. Sometimes I made connections and, I got taken care of.
It sounds like you were pimping.
No, I just knew people that wanted to make connections and, I just happened to connect them. That's all. I don't know what happened behind closed doors after I got, a little monetary reward for linking them up. I was my own matchmaking organization. Put it like that, yeah. I was Match.com before they were Match.com.
Oh, Lord. So, you're about to have your birthday come up this week, right?
Next week.
Next week?
Next Tuesday, the week after Election Day. And yes, I did early vote already. Because there's an important vote on the ballot in Maryland for recreational marijuana. And I have some plans in that industry. So if you're in Maryland, please vote yes for recreational marijuana. I have some business interests that I'm looking to expand on in that area. So November 8th, Tuesday, please go vote and vote yes. I can remember the bill number and all that stuff. I'm not that political, but I know what I voted for. So, yeah, I got some plans in the works. I got some investors and looking to make some things happen.
So what are you going to do for your birthday, CP?
I know I'm probably going to be working, unfortunately, but
You should, I always believe you should always take that day off.
I know, but I'm still on probation.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to leave because we can't leave every pay period. But I mean, I don't know. I could ask. So they're very lenient, so I don't really see it being an issue. Just that being that I have a union job now, they made a point of saying that in the orientation that, you know, they may let you take leave, but, you know, you really shouldn't in your probation period. So
it's 90 days, right?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, depending on how I feel and how things, because Thanksgiving is the week after, and I have, you know, 5 days off out of that week. So
okay.
Yeah, so I might just, you know, suck it up and then, you know, try to enjoy a little bit, you know, Thanksgiving on Thursday with the family, and, you know, maybe take off from the day gig and chill out one of them days and just relax. But yeah, it's right around the corner, the big 4-5. You know, might be going out for dinner, you know, have someone that I'm, you know, conversing with, and, you know, might be going out for dinner, you know, to celebrate. But other than that, no big plans, you know, just out here grinding, trying to make more money and not spend money right now.
I feel you on that, dog. I feel you on that.
So I'm guessing our guests have been able to make it to the studio today.
Yeah, I guess. I hit him. I just saw him online. He did not reply back. So.
Yeah, it sounds like yeah, we're having an early show tonight because I am kind of exhausted. It's been a long week, so I wouldn't mind a short show tonight.
So we can do a short show.
Let's see, anything else need to get discussed? Oh, well, yeah, we're going to wait for Lady Antoinette to have that conversation, the one that I sent y'all about the couple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had that when she's here. Think anything else I want to get off my chest? Nah, I'm pretty much done. I don't have a mental capacity to put any in-depth statements together right now. I'm just ready to relax and, you know.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to play these videos and then we're out of here.
Y'all need to know what's up. Hey, look. Hey, DJ FM, you ready to do this shit? Hey, numbers. Let me tell you something real quick, man. You did your motherfucking thing tonight, man. Hey, we gonna hear, but they just heard you. You did?
He said, who is he?
You heard? Y'all know what's up. We only do this shit real right here at 1220 Ocean Lounge. We doing this shit right, you heard? Are you ready, Slim? You sure you ready? You ready? Man, do your thing, huh? To the E, to the N, to the E, to the G, to the A, to the D, to the E. They call me Renegade, dog. I'm out here in the DMV. Y'all niggas, I'm gonna tell y'all something one thing. My bad, mic too close. Rapping, $1 million. Hey, business, $1 million. But showing love, that shit priceless. I'm gonna tell y'all, that shit priceless. You ain't gotta pay for that shit. So show some love in here and show some love to these people that's getting out here and doing their thing. Trying to do something out here, alright? Let's get it pumping, dog. I'm getting pumping, alright?
Yeah, right. Yeah, shit, lie. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and make the 100 piece. I just want the money, power, and a piece. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and get away from the streets. Cause they know a nigga act this all on me. I get that bag off, go stack a rank up. Pull up to Saks Fifth, go drop a bag off. I got a tax, y'all, but hang up with rats, dog. You can never catch me frontin' out and backed off. I'm like, hey, hey, back it up with these groceries, that's my safe word. All these binges be a drug, that's my gateway. I be such a big stabber, they call now Mayday. Dispatch to them feds, but you catch this KK. Every day's a payday. Open that safe, yeah. Won't do late, wait. Don't care what you say, hey. I'm on the way, wait. Jump back like 2 or 3. I make you fade away. I can never trust no dog, never give up what I got. I just put up on the dot that I put up off the line. You can never run my day, only thing you in my way. Always acting like a boss, every time I took a loss. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and make 100 piece. I just want the money, power, and a piece. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and get away from the streets. Cause they know a nigga act is all on me. So on me, pay your fee. All these niggas all around me. We gon' see, ain't shit sweet. Got respect, cause ain't shit free. Pay for them shoes, pay for them jeans. Got you down to a T. Even Bradden in Miami got me gripping on my feet. Gotta move fast, go by the tag when she down on me. All these snitches, all these apps, see them round for me. Never will be giving you props, don't you vouch for me. Always clutching on that guy, keep around for me. Tell them under left, count up pesos. Someone check the record, they call me Fuego. You know that I'm a step, get out the way door. On my worst behavior, pull up the Draco. What the hate for? How my day go? Never really care what you fake for. On my payroll is what you ain't though. All these haters around me do what I say so. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and make 100 G's. I just want the money, power, and a piece. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and get away from the streets. Cause they know a nigga act is all on me.
That shit right, but this shit like. Alright, get it warmed up. Alright. Just get it warmed up. Thank you, everybody, coming out. Showing love. I'm telling y'all, we gonna do this thing. We gonna keep this shit cranking. Welcome to Ocean Lounge. I ain't
So baby, show me how you love me. For the pleasure of this loving, we can act for fantasy, and I will show you the real ecstasy. Ecstasy. Ooh. Start off kiss, slowly make your body horny for me, baby, like baby. Then I'll make your back quiver as I touch and tease you with my tongue, girl. Got her body saying she want more. She want more. Shawty want more. Says she want more. She wants more. More, yeah. She love it. She love it, yeah. Shawty want more. Says she want more. She wants more. More, yeah. She love it. She want more. Shawty want more. Says she want more. More, yeah. More, yeah.
That boy good.
Yeah, sometimes I put my heart on the front line. Retro, sometimes I put my heart in the front line. I never hated not one time. They gon' keep hating on my shine. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind and my patience. Sometimes I feel like a nigga won't make it. I got to the bag with no favors. Retro got X, so I keep different flavors. These niggas trickin' on hoes, I can't save them. These bitches be bound to raise them. Went to selling food to put food on the table. Raw cut, bro, I'll give you a tape. The way I'm bending, you would think I'm a racer. Hit 200 and my heart racing. Blue hundreds, that's all I'm chasing. Blue hundreds, paper cuts coming from new money. Hoes in the city be too bummy. Just watch what they do, they move funny. I know you gon' choose, just choose some. I know you gon' choose. So I put my heart in this blues. I'm tryna go up to the moon. They spiking these drugs, so watch what you use. I know that I'm not what you used to. I've been working on my moves. I ain't got nothing to prove. Are you gon' ride? Just tell me the truth. I don't want no more pain. I don't want no more pain. Are you gon' ride for me? Just tell me to my face. You don't gotta die for me, well maybe in a way. I wanna be rich sometimes so I can break the bank. I wanna be rich sometimes so I can have my way. But everything ain't always what you think. I gotta think sometimes I can't. Riding around just me and Dre. I'm on your side of town today. On thin nights, little nigga, let's skate. I'm stuck in her mind, I gotta escape. She want my time, I can't relate. Sometimes I wanna say. Sometimes I put my heart in the front line. I never hated not one time. They gon' keep hating on my shine. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind and my patience. Sometimes I feel like a nigga won't make it. I got to the bag with no favors. Retro got X, so I keep different flavors. These niggas trickin' on hoes, I can't save them. These bitches be bound to raise them. Went to selling food to put food on the table. Raw cut, bro, I'll give you a tape. The way I'm bending, you would think I'm a racer. Hit 200 and my heart racing. Blue hundreds, that's all I'm chasing.